Excellent. So again, welcome to the Planless Project Podcast number 3. So we're going to be using Unreal 5. We've got the latest version came out, I think it was a few days ago, and we are going to build a landscape. We're going to get some height maps from a different program. That program is going to be World Creator. So we are now in World Creator. When you open it up, this is what you get. This is your default map. And what we're going to do, we're going to create a large landscape in here, and we are going to use that height map in Unreal, and yeah, and we can use an auto material on it today, and I'll show you how to use that. So 4033 is pretty standard for Unreal. He likes to use certain units. So 4033 is like a massive landscape. I think it's like 2 miles long, or 4 kilometers. It's pretty huge. So let's go and get some filters and play around with this. So I do like to use border blend. So if you've got like a coastline or something like that, this is a good thing to use. So we add that along with, I'm going for like a mountainous scene. It looks pretty cool. So what I like to do is get like a rough idea what it's going to look like in Unreal, where my camera's going to be. It's going to be probably like maybe something like that. That could be cool with these 2 mountains. If I need more mountains, I can add it. Okay, I keep adding that. That's where we are so far. That could be, so that's where I would be, and this would be water and marshland and what have you. So I think this is pretty good. You could go on and change many things with this. In fact, I'm just going to go add one more thing. Let's see. Not terracing. Alright, add and close. Let's go back to base. Yeah, I like the fact there's a... Yeah. Okay, that could be really cool. It's a massive scene. You'll be like a dot in this. I'm quite happy with this. So let's just leave this. So let's export this height map. So surface, you can go to game engine, go to Unreal, flip the Y, remember this number, so it's 75.76, and that's going to be very useful later on. So let's do that. 75.76, export. You're going to export this height map to wherever you want, and you're going to import it later on into Unreal. So World Creator, I made a little test area for this, so let's say it was 75.76. I like to keep the number in here, and also like to copy and paste this into the clipboard. Save this. We'll come out of World Creator in a sec. So we're in a blank page, a blank project in Unreal, and yeah, let's start off with a landscape, start getting some lights in here, and try and build up this scene. So landscape, import file. Let's go find that file, which was 75.76. That 75.76 that you copy and paste, well, will be copy and pasted into the Z. So there's going to be height. I will be using an auto material for this, and this is from Maui. You can get similar products from Brushify, and I'll show you how to do that now. So the auto material will be here. So MW, so it's Maui's auto material, and then you just go materials, landscape, bang, drag and drop, and there you go. Everything else you want to leave, and import. I've had a few crashes recently with this, so just bear with if it's going to be compliant, which it is. Fantastic. So let's come out of here. So there's no lights or anything, and the auto material is like a snowy to grassland to marshland to water material, and I'll show you. Yeah, you can see what's going on here. Okay, yeah, the seed is huge. So as you can see, it goes from like water. Yeah, this is going to be good. So water to a marshland to snow. Okay, that's really good. So we've got no lights, so let's get some lights. So environment light mixer is always useful to setting up your initial lights, if you're doing landscape, that is. And maybe if you're doing like ArcViz stuff as well and you want to get your sunlight in there nice and quick, this is a good way of doing that. So environment light mixer can be found in Windows environment light mixer. Click that and you'll be able to get these same tabs. So you want skylight, sky atmosphere, sky atmospheric light, just one of those for now, and sky atmosphere and sky volumetric cloud. All of them guys have just popped up here. Straight away I like to just do some spring cleaning and get them into one folder. Sorry. Right. F2 to change the name of folders. It's cool. Or anything in the program. So F2 and then just call it lighting. Good. Okay. So we imported everything and it hasn't changed anything. There's a few things you need to do. Right. So they're all in. You go to your direct light, details, and for some strange reason it defaults to this. You don't want that. You just reset this, and voila, you've got your lights, which is fantastic. That's what we was after. And that has your sky in there as well, your fog and what have you, which is great. So there's a few things I would like to add in here. There's a plugin which is from the marketplace. There's nothing wrong with these clouds, but there's this plugin that just makes these clouds look a little bit sexier. So I'll show you that now, and that is SO8 clouds. You type that into marketplace and you'll find it, and it's very, very good. Anyway, blueprints is simple as drag and drop, and it's in. And as you can see, it's I'm not saying that the standard clouds don't animate, they do, and you can change the speed of it and you can make it look like this, but with this it's much quicker. You know, you can sort your art direction out really, really quickly with this. So what you can do now is delete your volumetric cloud if you wanted to. This has one within it, and it is using the standard one as far as I know. So what you can do, just move this down so you can see what's going on. There's a few presets that it has. I'll quickly go through that now. So it's currently on default. I see there. So same as the standard one, the the engine one. Same type of settings, and there you go. So let's just try some different presets. Awesome. Looks pretty good. They all look pretty good, and you can make them like I'm kind of feeling that. That looks pretty good. It's pretty cool. That looks pretty awesome as well. You know, you could be here forever just trialing it, but I'll go through these as quick as I possibly can. Right. Skylight, by the way. Real-time capture. Get your reflections in. Okay, and that's when your skylight. Okay, so directional light. So it's set to -45. What I like to do is just set this at the horizon level and just go up from there. So we're getting somewhere pretty quickly. So that looks okay. I'm probably going to bring it up a little bit more. I want to be able to actually see the sun, the actual physical sun. I want to show you something now. Just makes it larger. So let's do that now. So it's the source angle, and it makes it much larger. Could be cool. You know, this is probably a bit intense, but let's go a little bit lower, a little bit nearer to the ground. That looks pretty cool. We'll get a camera up in a sec. I just want to get the initial feel of the lighting down quickly, so you guys don't get too bored. So what do we have here? Oh, sky atmosphere needs to be in your lighting as well. Sky atmosphere, really powerful tool. So your Rayleigh settings, you know, you set this to this and then you're in Mars basically. It's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. So we'll be playing with that in a sec, but I really like the my scattering scale. I'll play with this constantly. So just move this over. I'm trying to grab the thing for it out anyway. So I think it just adds so much realism. You know, you can do this with, well, you used to be able to do this with exponential high fog. You still can to a certain degree, but I don't think it looks half as good as this. So you can go pretty mental with this. And then if you're going for that pure winter fog look, then you can do that just by ramping this up, playing around with the absorption scale. But I'm not particularly going to go for that look right now. I want to be able to see that sun in the distance, and I might even actually ramp it up even more. Yeah. Let's go to Skylight again, and yeah, where am I? It's not Skylight, I'm so sorry, Sky Atmosphere, right. Yep. Nice. So this material is very interesting. So you get liquid, your grass, your rocks, and your snow all in one. Now, what we're normally used to is you go into your paint layers and you can paint these guys in. You know, you can actually paint in your grass layers and all that, which is totally cool. This is totally dependent on what's going on with the landscape's geometry. So if it's a really sharp angle, it's going to be rock. If it's like flat, it's going to be water, and anything in between is going to be your grassland and what have you. So for instance, you know, if we want more water here, we can just flatten this out. So you go to sculpt, flatten, and you should be able to see that you're getting more water and what have you. And what I recently found out is you go erosion, I think, if you, to get like more of like a marshland, these like patchy areas of water, yeah, you use this tool and it could look pretty cool. You know, this is like marshland, it could look really nice. So we'll stick with that. And again, that goes with the sharpness of these mountains as well. Like the more angle you get on it, the more rock you can be able to see. Anyway, so that's the landscape material. Let's see what else we can do. So let's go with post-processing and some exponential high fog. Let's go with the high fog first. And we want to make that black. So that's the fog in scattering needs to be black, and directional in scattering also needs to be black. And obviously tamed. Just want a hint of this. and I say like, as soon as you see it, I normally turn it off. If you know what I'm saying. So like, as soon as I see it having like an effect, I'll just like roll it back. So like just a hint. Okay, cool. And I think volumetric fog needs to be set on as well. Okay. And I normally put that in lighting as well. So let's get the clouds and have a play with that. That is this guy. Let's see what we can do with that. So you probably can see a line in this cloud, and what you do is just it's not stopping at the horizon, so what you can do is just bring that forward, and yeah, and that will help with that. Just playing with the cloud height. Okay, could work. Let's see what other. Oof, could be good. They're all going to be pretty nice. Oh, that could work really nice. That's really moody. Okay, let's stick with that. Right, let's get a sequencer in, and then we're going to get a camera in. So I think I've got a sequence folder. You can save it wherever you like. It's easier if you to save it in a sequence folder though. Okay, and over here, create a new camera in your sequencer. So this is cool. For me personally, this is like the real fun part, is getting like that cinematic look, if you can, with the cameras. So what I normally do is click on camera, go straight over here to 16:9 DSLR. And I like to go 21:9 on the ratio, so I'll just lengthen this. So this goes to 21:9, and I think the magic number is like 44.5. Yep. And so what we can do now is just make sure that we're piloting the camera. Just find a nice position. And the lens settings, something, it's all personal preference, but I think personally something like this is like a 30 or a 50. Yep. Yeah, a 30 is going to be good. Okay. Right. So I'm kind of feeling that, and a good thing to do is let's make this so you can see what's going on a little bit more. Is I keep pressing the wrong one. Oh, I need to be in the right thing there. Right, this needs to be cinematic viewport, and then there we go. So then I normally get a grid up and just use the rule of thirds. You know, so basically what you want is like your water to be in 1/3, then your mountain in another, then your sky in another. it just helps. Just looks more pleasing. You know, you could do that if you wanted to. You could do that if you wanted to, but I feel personally, and I think it's like pretty much like industry standard to like use like rule of thirds. So you get some nice parallax. What you could do is animate this. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to do. So I'm going to find my end position, which is probably going to be like down here. That's nice. Okay, so that could work. So let's do that. Add a keyframe on the transform, and then I'm going to go back to our first, where I think the first, I really like that parallax of that mountain over there. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Okay, and then set another keyframe in here and select them both, right click, linear, and then that way it's going to be a constant movement instead of it speeding up. So far too quick. So what I'll do is 24 frames second, and probably have this running over 600 frames. So what I'm doing now is just, this is my camera cuts. What you want to be able to do, so because that was like default at like 120, what you want to be able to do now is just drag the edge of it all the way to the end you see, because it doesn't matter if it goes over, and in some cases it's actually good that it does, and beforehand. So this is where your last keyframe was, and you want to get that and then drag that to 600, and then you get this very slow, hopefully slow. It's such a large distance that it's going to be feel quite quick, and you're close to the ground, so it's going to feel quite kind of quick. Yeah, right, okay. So we'll leave that there for now, and we are going to get our post-processing. Put that in your scene, put that into lighting, and scroll down until you find infinite extent unbound. Click this guy, and yeah, this is where I would start playing around with the post-processing settings. So bloom, what I normally do is chuck it on convolution, and this is what I had recently. This effect, this is a bug with convolution. It's frustrating. So just leave it standard. If you even want to add bloom, you know, it has this effect. Personally, it makes it look like a bit more gamey, and it's not the effect I'm really going for. Just like a hint of it is totally cool. Exposure. At the moment, I think it's a like eye adaptation, so when you go to a dark area, it's gonna get brighter. So what I normally do is leave this at 1, leave this at 1, turn this to 1. It's gonna get darker. So what you could do is just bring up your exposure until you feel it's how you want it to look. So I want it pretty moody. I don't want it like, you know, like this. It's I want to get that moodiness of that sun. Maybe a little bit more. There we go, something like that. So 3. Okay, that's good. Let's go chromatic aberration. Hardly need it. Lens flare, maybe. For this thing, it's not really going to work out, so we'll leave that. Image effects vignette, I am going to add a little bit more than standard. Standard is 0.4. We're going to go maybe 0.6. Yeah. So it really moodies it up. Okay. White balance. Play around with the temperature. You can have Yeah, so at default it's very warm. If you want to bring back like that coolness in your snow, for instance, maybe you want to just bring it down a tad, maybe like 6,000. It's really beginning to rain here, by the way. I wonder if that's picking up on the mic. Yeah, that's nice. So let's leave that. Let's expand this. So go back to our beginning frame. Yeah, so this could look good. It's sort of like, personally, I feel that it needs more clouds and more interest in the sky. So let's do that. Even if it affects our sun, or even just completely occludes it, I'll prefer to have more cloud in there. So I'm going to chuck these back at default, so you can see them. I think what the problem is that the my scattering is having quite a large effect on these clouds. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, now you can actually see that it's actually moving, and it's just that animation's just gonna give it a little bit more life. I like how it's reflecting in the water here. Okay, cool. In fact, I'm probably gonna leave it. So it's 1.49 just in case. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's good. I like the fact that it's actually sometimes completely occluding the sunlight there. So that's completely random. Look, you can see now, you know, if this is animation, let's animate that. So you've obviously got the camera movement, you've got the cloud movement, you've got the cloud going over the sun, you've got these reflections in the water, and yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. There's obviously plenty more that you could do to this scene. Let me show you a little trick. I think it's from Brushify. Hopefully it works in here. I think maybe if you just type in clouds, bear with me whilst I go through all of these. I think I'm being lazy. I think I need to go actually into Brushify and actually find them myself. So I wonder if it's materials, fog. Yeah, okay, cool. So maybe, so yes, this is how you find it in Brushify. So this is a fog plane, and maybe we can have some actual a fog plane in between these two mountains. It could look cool, maybe not, but it's worth a try. So let's do that. So get a plane, make it massive, let's say 1,000. Okay, apply the fog material to that. You can either just drag and drop or into here, and this guy needs to be rotated at 90 degrees. Yeah. No, it's not looking amazing just yet, but let's just wait for it. So we've got a couple of different versions. Like maybe this could work. Maybe it's massive. So let's go 500. Like I say, I'm not sure how this is going to work. It could be awful. It could really help the scene. But I think maybe it needs to be stretched out, like in. Yeah. So let's go 800. Ooh. stretch this out, get this down here, and in the material itself, let's see what options we got. So the albedo color, let's change that to, so all I did there was get the color picker and choose an area that's probably going to be more suited to this scene. So if you put it up here, it's just going to be like glowing, like could work. You know, this is all just like trial and error. Oh, I've lost my mouse. Okay, so let's try one on here. Yeah, the slider's not great at the moment. Yeah. Okay, it could work. You know, it was worth testing. Maybe rotate it around a bit. Okay, could work. Right, so let's just leave that there, save that. I'm going to copy and paste this guy and put another one over here. Could be interesting. You normally find these are like at tops of mountains or like rising off it. I wonder if that is something to do. So alt click to, there we go, this type of affair. Just bring it, whoa, way too much. That could be cool. It's just like sitting in that little gap there. And I think that if this was to be animated, you want to be incorporating that in your sequencer. So I see where the clouds are going. So they're going from right to left. So let's follow that. Let's see if we can even do that. So it's these three planes. Chuck these guys into your sequencer, and let's go from left to right. So let's do that. So we set a keyframe here at the beginning and set a keyframe at the end, and these probably need to be really subtle movements, like that amount, and then keyframe again. Oh, right, okay, oh, there we go. Doing one by one for now. Right, so yeah, okay. And move this guy over a bit. Okay, the way to do it, one by one. Let's get this guy here and move him just a bit to there. Bang. And now you can see that they're moving ever so subtly when you go across. So yeah, that's, you know, I would like to be adding some more bits and bobs to this scene, maybe some objects we got some KITBASH. Oh wow, sorry, I didn't even check the comments section, my bad. I'm gonna loop this and quickly read it and see if there's any of you guys need any questions answering. Hold on a sec. Right, hold on one sec. So Vivian has kindly been chatting to Nico. Nico, hello. What's possible in real time, in a short amount of time, in UE5 is mind-blowing. Yeah, it is pretty mental. I can't imagine we'll be in 2 years. We're in a simulation, Nico. That's what's going to be happening. It's mental, you know, and with such little. You know, basically this is just a landscape with a couple of planes and some clouds that are just in Unreal. It's just absolutely mental. Nico crafted. Yeah, same here, dude. Like, and the graphics these days are absolutely mental. And you know, from a gamer from the 80s and 90s, you know, watching this now and doing this in real time is absolutely insane. Yes, Bryce. I was a Bryce dude as well. Yep. And I remember like thinking how cool it was to have like trees and mountains, much like this, you know, with fractals. And yeah, it was cool. Yeah, Lemon FN. Hello, mate. Yeah, so this is the second one because, as you heard last time, I was getting that doubling effect on the microphone. So I thought I'd test it out, and so it ended up being a second version. Okay. Yeah, so Nico, it is crazy. It's absolutely mental, like what's going on. And in 20 years time, you know, I don't know what the state of GPUs is going to be like. You know, is it just going to be like a credit card size and it's like 40 Titans in there or something? Who knows? But yeah, the way that it's going at the moment is exponential and crazy. And the program that we're using now, like Unreal 5, how crazy it is that this is just a beta version of it. And I'll be honest, I've had a couple of crashes with landscapes bringing them in, but on this latest download, because there's a new release, and I've had no issues with it, and it is mental. It's stable, and I think Lumen is an absolute game changer. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just gonna jump back in here and have a play around and see what else we can do in here. So place actors, let's see if we can add a few more bits and bobs in it. What I'm actually going to do, actually quickly run around in the scene with a 3D dude, and then see how we get along. I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, bear with me. And so we're getting like 80. Oh, it's weird. It's bouncing 30 to 80 FPS, but we'll see. So let's see what it looks like when we run up this mountain. Yeah, it's pretty mental. So I think this water material here is actually from the landscape material, which is great. I'm thinking how good it would look later on when the water features are all working. I think they are. I think they're working now with Unreal 5, and having like islands out there and the water just coming up here would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly run up here and just see what we are, and then I'm probably going to add a few more bits and bobs by where the camera is, and then I'm probably going to call it a night. And Yeah, it's pretty epic. So, yeah. Our little sun out there. Yeah, anyway, so let's come out of here. Let's go back into sequencer. Let's go into our camera again, and not to lose our space, I'm quickly just going to add a keyframe here. Oh, sorry, my bad. We already had a animation for it, didn't we? So, getting ahead of myself as usual. Okay, so yeah, this is looking okay. Okay, cool. Right, KITBASH. I've got the Valhalla set here, and the blueprints are all set up, which is amazing. So let's add a few bits and bobs in there. Let's add on the last one I've done of these, I added a bridge in here. I'm going to be very quick about this. You know, I might have parts that are intersecting or not intersecting. Wait, that's our cloud. We don't want that. We want this guy here. So you can play around with this as much as you like. Anyway, let's get some more bits and bobs. So this guy with a boat. Oh, that could be good. That could be really good. Nice. Maybe it needs to just. It's kind of like getting in the way of our landscape. So I'll get a bit precious with my landscapes, but it's cool. You know, this. I want it to tell a story. So this bridge comes out. You know, and these guys live in this marshland area. And just, yeah, I'm just going to populate the scene. There's some larger objects, like this guy over here. But if that can penetrate this white, that would be cool. I wonder if we can scale these blueprints. If we can, that'd be sick. So just like 1.5. Oh, nice. See what I'm saying? It's sort of like when you cut into, you get this contrast. You've got two contrasting elements, and it's pleasing to the eye. Okay, so let's bring that into the ground a little bit more. We may have to go over to these to these objects and make sure that they're placed correctly and make sure it makes sense. Yeah, all us 3D guys have got the same software, and yeah, I'm far too lazy just to go into start bar, and yeah, so everything's pretty much there. Okay, they're going to add a few more bits and bobs, and I'm going to call it a day. Sure, I don't even know what's going on with this guy. Let's chuck him in. Whoa. Yeah, the KITBASH stuff is like phenomenal. Yeah. I don't know where this guy's going to go. He's probably going to go over and be another building with his mate over there. Okay, so now I'm going to get out of the camera. We're just going to find out, you know, does this even make sense? You know, they're in a puddle, basically. So bring these guys up. Yeah, this is like incredibly moody. I'm digging it. I'm not sure whether this is screen space reflections or not, but if it's the new lumen reflections and they're acting like this, I'm happy. I think that looks pretty good. I think even screen space would have done that anyway, but I'm not getting that sides where it gets really dark with screen space. So I'm assuming this is lumen reflections, and yeah, it looks absolutely mental. Right, let's go back to our camera. And so that's cool. You're getting your parallax with these buildings here. So this whole town, I'm probably not going to build that now because that's cool. Would probably be filling up this whole area, and then you would have like buildings across here. Let's just put just a couple in. So the sound's gone weird by the sounds of it again. Okay, I've got a problem with the mic, guys, and it's frustrating. Hopefully it's not affecting too badly. Right, anyway, let's get some more buildings in here. Probably going to add them in the foreground to suggest that there's more stuff behind it, if that makes sense. So maybe one here. Like some tents and stuff. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Maybe another guy over here somewhere. I don't want to go too much detail over there because it's going to take too long. One here. Maybe this can be, yeah, okay. Rotate this guy around. Whoa, okay. This needs to be used in conjunction with something like a bridge or something like that. So I'm probably going to leave that for now. I just need like small little building. Oh, these guys look cool. Probably just use it, didn't I? Probably did. That's not a problem. Okay, anyway, let's leave that there. This place is kind of populated. Let's get another building over there. So yeah, you get the idea. You could be here for absolutely ages. Let's get this guy. I'm now just like dumping stuff without thinking about it too much, and that's could be a problem. Sometimes you get like happy accidents, but this is. I would think about it a hell of a lot more and be looking at references and just making sure that it's looking cool. Bring this guy over a little bit. So yeah, so let's make this full screen-ish and then press play. So you get a nice parallax of these buildings and the mountain behind it. Really digging how that church spire is, like I was saying, is like piercing the sky, but it's also piercing the snow behind it as well, which is really cool. And I haven't even saved it yet, which is dangerous. So always make sure you're saving. And yeah. So I'm probably going to call it quits now. And yeah, let's see what we do next time. And yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, it's cool to chat to people on the in the comments as well. That's the first time I've had that. Yeah, I've only done 3 of these, and I do want to do these more. And I've been doing them every Sunday. And yeah, let's see what we do next time. And yeah, see you next time. Ciao. Bye bye.